In today's episode of Data-podden, we're going to talk about the little mistake made within the AI field that one of the consultancy firm in Australia did. And we're going to talk about the lovely DAX user-defined function, the new function in Power BI, and one more Power BI function. New one, a little bit older, but still quite new, the writeback function in Fabric and Power BI. My name is Gustav Rengby.
My name is Johan Odén.
Ja, og jeg er Lars Christiansen.
Very nice to have you here as well, Lars.
Yeah, thanks for having me back.
Is it the second time?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So Lars is you're leading the team in the Danish office of Random Forest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that also explains why we're speaking English today.
We thought for your sake, I mean, we're not as good in English, but we try to make it, I think we're better at that than trying to do it in Danish.
Yeah.
So we're trying to be a little bit keeping to international business language of English.
Yeah,
instead.
and the listeners probably know English better than Danish as well.
Yeah.
A few at least. Some, we might have a few that are good at that language as well. Shall we start? Johan, you're the one starting up.
Yeah, let's dig in. So I have the first article for today with the Deloitte case in Australia. You didn't mention them by name, Gustav, but
no.
I have an article from
Unmentionable.
I have an article from Fortune.com, and it states that Deloitte was caught using AI in a $2,000 report for the Australian government after researchers flagged hallucinations. So the story is that Deloitte had an assignment to help the Australian Department of Employment and Workplace Relations to do a report, which was first published in July this summer. And they came up with a revision report now in October, and that's why this is news now. Because they were caught with the first version then to have a lot of fabricated references. And this was first discovered by a researcher at the Sydney University who pointed this out this summer, which initialized this revised report. And also in the revised report that came out now in October, also confirmed that some footnotes and references were incorrect, as they state.
Ouch.
And the revised report also includes a disclosure that generative AI was used in the report. So it states that they used Azure OpenAI when creating the report. So they admit in the new version that they have used Gen AI. And digging into the details here, there's a lot of one of the most stated errors here is that they had quotations from experts in a law case, which didn't exist. So they had a lot of quotations that no one had said.
Okay.
And also this, the reason this guy, Chris Rudge, the professor here at Sydney University, the reason he found out that this was the errors in the report was that it stated a reference to a book written by a colleague of him.
So he noticed.
So it quotes him. I instantly knew it was either hallucinated by AI or the world's best kept secret because I'd never heard of the book and it sounded prosperous. So he realized that it must be wrong. And what's also makes the story a bit more dramatic here is that Anthropic went out just about the same time as the new report came out and announced a big partnership between Anthropic and Deloitte that makes Claude available for 470,000 Deloitte professionals. So maybe not the best timing for that news. So it's a lot of discussions here that Deloitte is going to pay back refund a bit of the work, and the article ends here with a quote from Australian Senator Barbara Pocock, who claims that they should refund the whole entire fee from the report. And she also says that this kind of mistakes is things that make a first-year university student to be in deep trouble for. So they just to
that's a good good argument.
Yeah. So I must read the article, and I think it's I'm not surprised. I think it was only a matter of time before this kind of news would come out
would
somewhere.
To happen.
Yeah.
Who was the customer? Did you say that? Who bought the report?
The Australian government, or some Australian department.
Yeah, I saw that they had said also that, well, okay, we're changing all the references, but it still holds. The report is still correct.
Yeah.
But it's so hard. How can you write a report with the wrong references and then say that, well, it's the same? That's like
yeah, but maybe that's how you always write the report. You have your case that you want to say. You already decided what you want to say, and then you find the references to support that.
Yeah.
Maybe. But I mean, I missed to mention that. But they said, I mean, Deloitte withhold that the findings are still the same, even though the references were wrong.
I think it's a classic hallucination issue with the references.
Yeah.
I remember in ChatGPT's early days, I were looking up some articles in a certain subject, and it came out with a lot of articles just about what I was looking for. It was I can tell it's not like a secret, but it was like ranking points.
Keep the microphone really.
Yeah, ranking points for youth players and how that kind of affects them mentally. If they lose a game, they lose points and so on.
Yeah.
And there were apparently a lot of articles in real journals with the references to the journals and page numbers and real authors. But when you look it up, it was all made up. I mean, it was the right journals. Yeah. But the articles didn't exist.
But you gave it a thumbs up because it was exactly what you wanted.
Exactly. I thought, this is exactly what I need.
Yeah, but maybe if that is the case, that's how we people tend to work. That we have a theory that we wanna push, and then we're looking for support for that theory, and then we find evidence for that theory works. And if you use AI for that, you will always get the evidence, and it will always tell you that it's right.
Yeah.
So you maybe we need to be even more careful with that kind of process when using AI.
Yeah, and I guess it's obvious here that it can save time, but not that much time.
Yeah.
You need to review everything that you get.
Yeah.
And don't remove that part of it.
Exactly. If you use it too much, then you maybe need to spend more time finding all the errors.
Yeah, I think it's fun because in last episode you talked about the work slop.
Yeah.
How that if you start using it like the AI too much in like Gen AI of this kind of in this kind of work.
Yeah.
The problems go to next
Exactly.
level, and then,
yeah,
then you get
and
bigger problem.
And since last time I saw an even bigger perspective of that, or a meta perspective, that if we populate the internet with a whole lot of AI generated slap and AI generated reports, that would be that looks to be good. And if we then use the AI again to find the proper sources, even if they find a proper source in quotations, that source might be fabricated in the first place.
Yeah.
So it's even harder to find the real facts and get the right sources.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. Shall we move on to next bit here that we have?
The
Next article.
Hard stuff.
Yeah, the hard stuff. We
the
can't,
coding.
This is something we really like. So let's move on. So we have something that we actually talked about like 2 episodes back. We were like, I think we had Eric Smith with us.
Yeah, with the news from Fabcon.
Yeah, the news from Fabcon. And I had heard from my neighbor that about this user-defined function. But I think we were going to talk about it, but then I think Eric Smith thought I was talking about the user data function in Fabric. But it was the user-defined function.
There are 2 types of UDF.
Yeah. So, but they actually, that was like a new news that they were talking about on the 6th of September on the Fabcon in Vienna, but we missed to talk it in that episode. So we'll bring it up now. And so on the 6th September, they had this DAX user-defined function gone preview. So in Power BI, you have a specific calculation language for creating expressions called DAX. D-A-X. Like think of, if you're not familiar with this, think of Excel formulas on steroids, you might say. You can do even more in Power BI than you can do in Excel. There has been some limitations to DAX, though. There has been limitation on how much you can reuse your KPI definitions. It works good to reuse expressions. So you can have some kind of base expression and then use that for more expressions later. But not the actual DAX code logic. That can't be reused. So on latest Fabcon, Microsoft released the new user-defined functions that makes it easier to reuse and maintain your definitions in your Power BI reports. To give an example, let's say, for instance, you have 5 different financial figures that all incorporate a specific tax logic on your financial data. 5 different financial figures that are calculated with 5 different formula expressions in the DAX language. Perhaps the tax logic is a bit complex, and perhaps it's changing, as you might have an ambivalent government changing all the time. That could be possible. So the complex code is applied in each and every 5 formula and changing all the time. So now you instead switch to a user-defined function that you name add tax. And you put all the, so you use the new function in each of the 5 expression. All of a sudden, when changes need to be done, you do it in one place, making maintenance less troublesome and lower effort. And also the risk of doing something faulty each time lowers as well. You don't do the changes in 5 places. It's still in preview, but to start, but you can start defining functions at this point if you want to. So this is in the article that we have in the episode description. They say that it's from Microsoft then. So you can go into Power BI desktop and go to the file, options, settings, options, and then you select preview features and check DAX user-defined functions, and you will get this new functionality that you can use. Restart Power BI desktop, and then it should be possible to do it. So you can check this article to see sample code for the new function add tags, for example. It's fairly easy. It's like a new, the DAX syntax is quite easy. It's like the function is the new keyword for like setting up and within parentheses and equals or something like that. And then you can put in your DAX code there. So this is, of course, great news, but the implication of this in code reuse expands for beyond your own definitions. It opens up for a whole new universe of sharing code with other Power BI practitioners as well. So this is something the two Power BI titans, Marco Russo and Alberto Ferrari, they're titans, right?
Yeah, I would say gurus within the Power BI domain.
You like the more like Asian style.
Yeah.
I'm going with the Greek name of it. They've been fast to acknowledge this functionality. So they set up a new website called daxlib.org, where you can upload your own functions to and contribute to the community. So that's something that you can check out and see. So at the moment when we're recording this, there are 26 packages as of now. For example, they have one functionality, ABC classification. So it's a function that you can use in your Power BI report. You can copy it from DAX from this site and put it in your report, and you get the function where you can get the ABC classification of your products or your customers. So ABC, it's like depending on revenue and stuff, you can have your like a normal segmentation that you can do with products. So you have your A products and B products and C products. That's one example. Moving average I saw as well. So you have like a ready functionality for handling moving average. Someone who has put in a little bit of extra functionalities that you can use. Did you see anyone that you like?
There's a lot of different conversion packages. Convert between different kind of measures. And there's a lot of formatting stuff. And also there's formatting of different type of strings, dates and whatever you have.
I think it was one you could create a whole date dimension as well with a function as well. I found one.
Yeah, but we guess this has been live for what, a month?
Not that long.
Yeah. And it's still, what do you say, 20 plus libraries?
Yeah, and I guess the web page, has that been up for a month? I guess that should be even not that long, right? Because they published the function in 16th of September.
Yeah, I'm scrolling through the libraries here, and the first one is from September 14th.
Ah, okay. So they had like
maybe
pre-preview.
Pre-preview. Yeah.
That's what you get when you're a guru or titan.
Yeah. But it's been a lot of downloads on this, on a couple of these. They're up to thousands of downloads on some packages already. So people seem to like this.
I can't help thinking, how are we sure then that these functions are like curated functions? How do we know it works?
It's
just go back to the Deloitte.
Yeah, it's the same. You need to check yourself, Lars. And it's just in this case, you didn't mention that, Gustav, but in this case, there are no proper import mode for these ones. You need to copy paste them more or less.
Yeah, you get the source code. You need to check it yourself to see that it works for you.
But it's like when you're programming in any other languages and you use predefined packages from a third party. I think that's one of the most frequent security holes in applications these days, that you import a third-party package that you think is has some nice functionality that you need to use, and you don't verify all the tens of thousands of codes in there, see what it really does. So, but these are probably more lightweight, so you can actually go through the code and see what it does.
Yeah.
So, but don't do it if you can't check it the code at least. You wouldn't want.
I think it's. I mean, I of course there can be security glitches, but I mean, what could you do in Power BI?
Yeah, in DAX.
In DAX. I mean, you won't break into your operating system, or maybe it can screw up your figures.
No,
but they won't.
Can you connect to a website?
I mean, exactly.
DAX?
That could be maybe if you could push your data somewhere else.
Yeah.
So if someone implements your function, then you can steal the data and populate it somewhere else. I don't know. Maybe with
it's a little bit far-fetched.
But that's always the backside when you get, because this is the really heavy feature.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a killer. You can really extend the use cases and how you program in DAX.
Yeah.
So it's a really great feature. But with that greatness and that power also comes risks.
Yeah.
That you can break up stuff.
Yeah. But I guess on the other side, it could also be a good thing from a data governance perspective, that you store your logic somewhere specific, and then you can check, because in the normal way, then we need to change these 5 DAX specials.
Yeah.
What do we forget about the 6th one?
Exactly.
Yeah. So now if we force ourselves to code with this, then we can have these defined somewhere.
Yeah, and I think now it was a few times back, periods back, that I did any Power BI reporting, but I remember that you could often you might put a little bit of logic into some kind of helper expression that you never used directly, just because you wanted to reuse logic. But that made it that you had a lot of different strange expressions that you might want to keep invisible. But it was really hard to get, even if it's better, you would put a bit of logic at one place. This, of course, is much better. Yeah. Even if you could do something of code reuse before by that.
You will use the tools you have available.
Yeah.
So in previously you need to use expressions.
Yeah.
And then you would use them for things that wouldn't be a good case for expressions.
Some kind of tax helper.
Yeah, exactly.
Like percentage, and then some kind of if on some default.
But this is a really cool feature. So if you haven't seen it yet, look it up.
Yeah.
If you're working with DAX, but it's going to really help you guys out there.
And of course, it's still in preview, so I guess it takes a few months usually, and then it probably will be.
But you can start building your library.
Yeah. And you have a few available also.
A lot of stuff is in preview for a long time.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
I guess
that's true.
We shouldn't wait.
Yeah. Shall we move on? I want to hear a little bit about this writeback as well in Microsoft Fabric.
Yes. Yeah, Microsoft Fabric and Power BI, you could say.
Right, yeah.
It's not a new thing, actually, in this world. It's kind of old, from May this year, I think.
Yeah.
So what it is it's something called user data functions, and not to mix up with user defined functions, but user data functions in Fabric, where you can in Python build these functions that enables you to edit, delete, add data. Then you can call these functions from Power BI with something called Translytical data flows. In Power BI, there's been made some new visuals some buttons and tables stuff where you can call these functions.
Yeah, and
So-
I guess that was the thing that came in the Translytical workflow. Was that what you call it?
Yeah.
That was what was released in May, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what enables writeback.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so adding, editing, deleting. That's the writeback thing. You can actually also, as a fourth thing, you can also call an API and make something happen in another system from Power BI with a button. But I think it's mainly writeback that is enticing people. I think I work a lot with finance departments. So for a long time, and I've been teaching Power BI and doing a lot of consultancy, and I've always been telling you can only use Power BI to show what is in your systems. You can't alter data. But now that is a lie. Now you can actually build something so you can alter data.
So you have to call everyone and ask for forgiveness.
Yes. I am already writing letters. Need to send out. Yeah.
I was wrong.
Yeah.
But I wasn't wrong really. But
Yeah.
So that's a new thing you have to get used to. It's also in public preview.
Yeah.
I guess it will be for some time. It works. We are actually having projects where we are building it, but there's still, I think there are room for.
There's a little bit of risk still if they're doing some changes.
Yeah. I think everything that is in preview, there's a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah. So, but I guess we have done a little bit of demoing, and what have we used it for? The writeback.
I think the most normal use cases would be from a finance perspective. It's forecasting. It could also be commenting actuals. So, for instance, in a company that has like a monthly, could be a cost reporting that is sent out. Then it's possible now that the cost center owners can go in and they can be asked for commenting variances, and then it can go in directly in a Power BI report, write the comment and send it back, and then it's stored, and it is stored in relation with that report.
Right, with the exact cell that you're commenting.
Yeah, exactly. And then, of course, you can use it for forecasting, sales forecasting, financial forecasting.
Approval, because that like someone needs to.
Yeah, you can build in the approval layers.
Yeah.
So you can put in like a suggestion, and then it's approved by a manager. Yeah. So you store the date timestamp. It's every time you enter something. So you can see what it is.
Yeah. That's going to be very interesting.
It is. It's a wet dream, I think. But yeah, I think it will be even better when it's in general available.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. But you're doing a webinar on this as well very soon.
Yes,
right?
Yes, we are. Together with Alexander, we're doing a webinar in both Sweden and Denmark.
Yeah.
22nd, 23rd of October.
Yeah.
I suppose.
Preliminary.
Yeah.
What's going to be on that? It's like the theme will be writeback functionality then.
Yes, but not just writeback. We'll also talk about something that is we can see there's a big need for financial reporting in general in Power BI.
Yeah.
So building reports, statements, and so on based on the customer's own chart of account logic and KPIs and so on. So it would be like a split theme, but it also goes together, you could say.
Yeah.
I'm a bit curious on the technical part here, the implementation side. So you need to specify your own Python functions, and then you call those from the Power BI interface.
Yes.
More or less. So
Yes.
and the writeback, that's the data go back into the model, or
you have a direct connection to the tables it's in Fabric, so it could be Fabric SQL tables where you store these things you want to.
Okay, so you
change.
set up your own tables in
The Fabric database, right?
Yeah, Fabric database or whatever underneath.
Yeah.
And then you make sure your Python function writes to those tables
Yeah,
what
exactly.
you have. Okay. And so you need to do some coding, but not that much.
No, I think actually you could. There is already Microsoft has been so kind to kind of help a lot with what you need to code.
You can always ask Claude or copy paste.
Yeah, of course.
If you dare.
Microsoft side.
That can't go wrong.
But one thing I'm with the name here. This is so typical of Microsoft. So we're talking about UDFs. We're using the acronym, and that's been around for a while. When we had, defined functions in SQL Server or whatever, we're talking about UDF, user-defined functions. That is for me, user-defined functions, the ones you talked about earlier, Gustav.
Yeah.
And now we're coming with this user data functions, and the acronym UDF also pops up.
Yeah.
Which is
It just shows that
misleading.
It just shows that Microsoft is a big company with many departments.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Also,
So everyone wants their own.
So, but actually, then we shouldn't use the acronym UDF in a Power BI DAX context. Because
You need to say like DAX UDF.
or you need to say, defined functions or data functions or DAX functions or Python functions, maybe.
Yeah.
But this is really cool.
Did Marco Russo and Alberto, what did they call it? Was it
But they were talking about the that was the user-defined function. They talked about UDFs.
Yeah.
And the user-defined functions. But this is also a killer feature, really.
Yeah.
Like you said, a wet dream. Since Power BI haven't been able to do write-back ever, and now it's possible.
If I had $1 for every time I was asked, can we do something like this with either commenting or forecasting? So, for instance, forecasting is something you normally then do in Excel, and then maybe you need to load it into ERP system afterwards, and it's quite cumbersome, especially today if you have do 12 or less. But you do many forecasts each year, so it's much easier to do it directly in the reporting too.
And this would also open up, to do whatever in Power BI. You could build an application if you would like.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
You could do that.
You can build your ERP in Power BI.
Yeah.
Maybe. But you could also do that in Claude AI. Just ask. I want ERP system.
But of course, also like the normal, like if you want to keep, you might have some kind of analytics dimension categorization of your data that you only do in your analytics.
Yeah,
that's a good
a good
case as well.
Good point. Mapping tables. There's a lot of mapping tables going on in Excel. All that you can move directly to Power BI.
To handle your UDDs for another acronym, your user-defined dimensions that you have in your analytical solution. This is great for that kind of, master data management, or so that's only used in. But I guess we're going to see. When you're working with analytics and BI, my experience is that you always need to, defend yourself and make sure you don't do too much operational stuff in your analytics, because it always comes the easy use cases of doing, using your analytics in operational purposes, and this open up that Pandora's box a bit, and I think we're going to see difficult to maintain cases when people have built operational stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I can use a button in Power BI to, open the door if I want with this kind of.
Yeah, so you're afraid a little bit that you're taking over like an operational system all of a sudden.
No, but people tend to look for the easiest path here and now.
Yeah.
So, if we have this opportunity, we know it's easy to make in Power BI, we have it in place, couldn't we use that as well for these operational purposes? And then in the long run, that can be, can build you box you in a corner and give you hard to maintain stuff.
What would you say is a good policy then? When should you use it?
I would say only use it for analytical purposes. Like we talked about here, giving comments on stuff and doing writeback on reporting figures that you're going to use for your forecasting But when it comes something that you use operationally for an operational process, then you should be, I wouldn't say no, but I would say think twice and think about the long run maintenance of this.
Yeah.
That's a good point. And I was actually thinking when I saw some of the documentation or the examples that were used, that was actually something that where you are, saying we should be careful about. For instance, one of the cases is changing customer prices. You can change the prices. Okay, but didn't the prices, were they not in some system, in a source system? And now you can change it directly in the report.
And the problem is not the feature in Power BI, it's what is your process for changing prices, and how do you make sure that works as intended?
It's like the ring of power in, what's it called, the book? So it's like
Lord of the Rings.
It's a too powerful ring. So everyone will be corrupted by it. So this is the writeback functionality.
It's a risk.
No, I think something that's like on the limit perhaps is like customer analytics. You always have a need of like perhaps tagging up customers. So you do analysis, you find like a group of customers that you want to do something with. And like being data driven, you always need to like tag those. So you remember that these were the ones that I did some kind of activity with. So it's like on the verge of being something that you actually use the analytics solution for. But it's easier to just push the button on this is the list I want, and just save that so you have it in the database. Of course, there are like CRM systems that can do this. But if you're like a smaller company, I think it could be quite nice to have it if that's like the starting point for you being data driven with your customer strategy.
For sure.
Of course, you would grow out of it if it works great and you get like a really good effect from it. But then you can get like a CRM system after a while.
Yeah,
but at that point you would be irritated and lashing out for.
But this, it's easy to start with this one.
Yeah,
you can do a lot of powerful things and take the first steps instead of investing in another system or which is really great. And then when you mature, you will need to scale out of this the features you built here.
Yeah, so it could be like a proof of concept, a kind of feature.
Yeah, or the first, production cases as well, since it's easy and you can get a lot of value from it. With a small investment.
Yeah,
but it's probably not going to scale when you're growing.
No, coolness.
Good discussions.
Is that that was 3 articles of today as well.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in seeing the writeback webinar that Lars and Alexander and Carl Philip will hold, I think.
Yeah.
I guess you can check out our webpage and you'll see a link there, I think.
Something will
Hopefully.
come up
Yes,
very soon, if
very
not
soon,
already.
very soon.
Yeah, randomforest.se
Yes.
or .dk.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you for enduring our
The
excellent English today.
bad English episode. Thank you, Lars, for being part of it today as well.
It was
Very nice.
It was a pleasure.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.